truly humbled to be here today to represent Global Shin Fa Xiang family, to express our heartfelt and deepest gratitude to our Hualien Dharma teachers, abode masters, and especially Brother Joe Huang, who has spent so much time and effort to guide us on this spiritual path since December 2015. Many of us today on board, they have joined since 2015, and along the way have since progressed, some from new volunteers or JNC to commissioner, as those who joined earlier have watched the video, that video done I think maybe earlier 2016. Okay, and even undertaking many missions guided by the teachers that everyone has learned, and we are still learning today. After we have progressed, we also bring along people 1 to 50, like what we have heard in Lotus Sutra, guiding one and another. All of us like little droplets forming and this vast ocean. So indeed, our Hualien teachers are like our wisdom life parents. Sharing this journey with Brother Joe is indeed also to see Brother Joe's great transformation from selfless to a greater self, as what Brother Joe has explained to us on 19 December 2020. The selfless part where the need of others came first. And now he has transcended to the greater self, the no self, where whether good or bad, Brother will still have this joy, the state that is achieved, the peace that cannot be destroyed. Okay, without much wasting much time, first watch the recording that we have done last Saturday, the greetings that we have sent to Sangren. Okay, let us watch that.
全球弟子恭祝上人法体安康，恳请上人诸事说法。上人，我们很想你哟。
I'm sure Master can feel our sincerity and piousness. Everyone joining us last week. Next is the dedication, special dedication from Malaysia's side. To say it's Malaysia, also not really, because Sister Aichu also part of us. There are some also from other places. So we are very grateful to Brother Albert. Of course, to Brother Robert also for coordinating with Brother Albert. Last minute, join all the dots to form this very heartfelt collage. Okay.
世界更美丽。
Can earn all the brothers and sisters for submitting. I'm sure everyone will heartfelt sing. So we are very grateful to every one of you because of each of you. That's why we have this very heartwarming collage. As the Chinese saying says, all good things comes in pair. There's this special edition made by our very special Dharma teachers, Brother Chin and the home sister, Brother Chin, who benefits us daily with his very wonderful insights guiding us on this during the post-sharing Xin Fa Xiang. Okay, let us watch this special edition by Brother Chin and Sister.
Let's look like. 你是我的天使，一路指引我，无论岁月变幻，爱你唱唱歌。听我说谢谢你，因为有你温暖了四季。谢谢你，谢谢有你，世界更美丽。我要谢谢你，因为有你，爱常在心里。谢谢你，谢谢有你，把幸福传递。
I'm very grateful to all the brothers and sisters for your wonderful participation. Okay, next we have this two very special recording from the Wisdom at Dawn Sign Language team. There's this initiator teams, the 6 persons who wish to send. They have prepared 2 very special recordings. One is the greetings to Sangren, and another video that is to express the deepest gratitude to Hualien and all the participants on board for the great support during the year. The 2 videos, we are very grateful to Brother David for joining the dots. Okay, we have 2 very great brothers. Earlier was Brother Albert who joins the dot for us to make that wonderful collage. 谢谢你. And now this Brother David helping out the Souyu team with this video. Okay.
雪龙弟子共祝上人法体安康，恳请上人著书说法，上人我们相依哟。
Yeah, let us invite Sister YY to share on the journey of the W80 Sign Language Group. Sister YY, over to you.
感恩Sister Lily. Good morning, 师父, Brother Joe, brothers and sisters. Happy Chinese New Year, 新年快乐. On request.
Sharing here again our little journey on sign language so far. We had first started with a song titled Beauty of Tzu Chi, May. In July last year, after Master praised a group of doctors for their selfless dedication on July 26 Wisdom at Dawn. The giving of these doctors is truly without any expectation.
This is the spirit of the 3 spheres of emptiness, San Lun Ti Kong. This is the beauty of Tzu Chi. We started our sign language practice right
away on July 27, completed the video recording 4 days later on July 31st. That was 1 day before the sharing through this platform on the 1st of August.
Our mindset was pretty simple then. Let's do it, and we did it. And since then, we had performed sign language in Buddha nature, 一心圆明自然, in September last year, followed by giving you, 给你, in December, and aspiration, 心愿, was the last Saturday. Feeling so grateful for the great affinity and having support of our sign language members, indeed a group of virtuous friends to walk this journey together. starting from the 5 of us since July last year. We had Sister Tzu Chi, Sister Lily, Sister Effie, and Sister Jessica. And growing to, gradually growing to 22 of us today. Personally, feel very much attached to the lyrics of, attracted to the lyrics of the songs. It's so full of positive energy. Wish to share some of the meaningful lyrics of the sign language songs we have performed so far. In Beauty, there is this part emphasizing on the spirit of the 3 spheres of emptiness.
That is, giving without being attached to who the donor is, what is being given, and without discriminating who the recipient is.
This is truly the spirit of tears. At the same time, has been Master's constant reminder to us that we must be grateful having the opportunity to give of ourselves. In perfect and radiant Buddha nature, 一心圆明自然, we are being reminded, though there are various categories of living beings, all live in the similar ways through breathing and resting. In fact, we are all part of the same planet. Let's cherish all living beings. And with conditions arising and ceasing, everything is impermanent. We must really seize the moment to do the right things. Next, in the song of Giving You, we learn the true essence of richness through giving. This is our spiritual wealth. The more we give, the wealthier we become.
Spiritually.
In the song of aspiration, we are being reminded to expand our mind to as fast as the universe. Only then we can be more accommodating in our daily interactions with the people and dealing with matters. It is emptiness, or in essence, space, that gives rise to wondrous existence. Not confining to the songs highlighted just now. In fact, all the sign songs are with Dharma embedded therein, making sign language a great, very fun and joyful way to learn and spread Dharma. For the song Aspiration Xingyuan, because of movement control order in Malaysia, the video recording is not that straightforward. We had to split the 22 of us into 5 different groups. 2 groups were meeting face to face, and I believe with all the SOP being observed, while the other 3 groups via Zoom. And we have achieved this little
Breakthrough
in joining the forces of brothers and sisters from West Malaysia with Sister Adeline from
East Malaysia.
This is made possible all because we have Brother David with us. Brother David is our pillar in
Uniting us.
Regardless of our distance, putting all the pieces into one. We really can't thank Brother David enough for walking so many extra miles for us, for his patience and hard work. He had to work until the wee hours to get the final output. Brother David's presence has given us so much
confidence
in continuing our journey ahead. Brothers and sisters, that's all about my sharing this morning.感恩 very much for your attention. Wishing brothers and sisters many fruitful years to come. Now, back to Sister Tzu Chi, yeah? Okay,感恩.
And Sister Wai for the very wonderful sharing. Okay, before we end the sharing from Malaysia team, let us watch this special recording by the Vision at Dawn Sign Language Initiator team as a tribute to BrotherJoe and our Hualien teachers, as well as to all participants on board. 感恩。
感恩 Above Master， 感恩 BrotherJoe 话，新年快乐！恭喜恭喜！
感恩 all the wonderful sharing, be it the Business at Dawn Sign Language team, or our brothers and sisters earlier all these are done very last minute. In fact, some are done within the minutes they heard about this, because there's a deadline for the brothers to combine, to join all the dots. So like Sister Kaping we mentioned earlier, within that minute she heard about it instantly. That's why hers is special edition. She put her, using her uniform, Tzu Chi uniform, because she just attended a Tzu Chi meeting earlier on, and a few sisters who were helping out to do the pen chai for charity sales during Chinese New Year. So all these are and recording by the WAD team just now was done at 4 o'clock in the morning. So we are very grateful to all the wonderful brothers and sisters. Sorry if we could not extend it to everyone because of the very last minute notice. Okay, very grateful. Okay, next. With utmost gratitude, we are very grateful to our brother Tim Huang, who just joined us already. He has this wonderful mission and he gladly embraced this. Brother Tim is the CEO of South Africa. He also wishes to send this short video to express the utmost gratitude to our Hualien family. Okay, Sister Lily.
Master, Jesus abode, Master, brothers and sisters in Jesus abode. This is South Africa. Happy New Year. Thanks for the teachings, and this is the year for come.
These are the volunteers from our South Africa side. I'm very grateful to them. Chinese New Year to all of us on board. Next, let us invite our most diligent and great supporter of this platform. Who else? Sister Sharon from Sydney. Sister Sharon and her team. Kan, over to you, Sister.
Good morning, Master, Shifus of the Abode, BrotherJoe, brothers and sisters around the world. Happy New Year, Xin Nian Kuai Le. We, the Australia English Dharma team, wish Kan En to Shifus of the Abode and BrotherJoe. We are very busy here today, so there are only 4 of us on this call, including Brother Robert, who is in Africa. We are having a praying ceremony right now, and most people are there. We have prepared a poem and a video for you. Now we're going to start with the poem. Kanan for expounding the Great Vehicle Sutra, the Wondrous Dharma. You lead us to the Bodhisattva way that has been guided by Buddhas.
Kanan for listening to our leads. You made us feel like we are worth it. Kanan for spending such a long time to unceasingly teach us. You made us realize that the Dharma is endless, without bounds like the vast universe.
Kan-en for reminding us that all sentient beings are equal. For that, we learned to create good affinities with humans and all beings. Kan-en for teaching us to form aspirations and make great vows. For that, we turn from delusion to great awakening.
Kan-en for helping us understand the law of karma. For that, we cultivate our own field of blessings and create blessed karmic affinities. Kan-en for teaching us to put wisdom into practice, to cultivate a pure mind. For that, we spread the seeds of goodness, go among people in this world, and turn the Dharma wheel.
Kan-en for guiding us along with wisdom. You made us who we are today. For that, we vow to walk in the right direction, to walk this Bodhisattva path, life after life. Kan-en. And now we are going to show you the video. 感恩师父 of the abode and Brother Joe. 感恩 everyone. Happy New Year. That's from our Australia team. Thank you.
Most gratitude, Brother Robert, Sister Sharon, Sister Anita, and Sister Vinny. Superb, wonderful. It's most heartfelt. You could feel it. As Sister Sharon has mentioned, many are busy with activities. In fact, Singapore team they also wish to join, but because today is their turn to send Chinese New Year greetings to Sangren, so they are not able to. We're very grateful, and this makes it more heartfelt and cherish deeply each opportunity we can meet. Finally, before we hand over to Brother Joe, our ever greater supporter, and that is another great Dharma master from USA. Can one guess? Okay, someone who has just presented a very heartfelt song to Master. I think needs no introduction. Okay, over to you, Brother Bauru.感恩。
Thank you, Sister Tzu Chi, and Sangren, Jing Sifu, and Brother Joe, and everyone's long time no see. And greeting from USA. It's so honored to be here, seeing all again, and still dedicated to the Dharma, especially recent at Dom. I still doing that almost every day. So I think this is the what we call the sincerity that what Master always remind us, right? So I really touch and admire this group, especially do not understand the Mandarin, the Thai, but still continue persist on the dedications to the Master. This is why it moved us and moved me deeply. So today I'm so humble and represent USA request by Tzu Chi. I see some of the sister brother from USA as well in this group. Sister Ai Chu and Joshua. Later you guys can share. But I will dedicate this song to Dharma Master and the Brother Jones. Same song that you guys sing just now, right? So I use guitar to sing that. 听我说，谢谢你，因为有你温暖了四季。谢谢你，感谢有你，世界更美丽。我要谢谢你，因为有你，爱藏在心底。谢谢你，因为有你，把幸福传递。听我说，谢谢你，因为有你温暖了世界。谢谢你，感谢有你，世界更美丽。我要谢谢你，因为有你，爱藏在心底。谢谢你，因为有你，把幸福传递。谢谢你，因为有你。把幸福传递。This song is very good meanings. With the Dharma, I think we can find happiness, right? So within us, but also leverage to all the suffering beings. I think this is a very great song. I'm so honored. Thank you, especially Brother Joe. I think he almost shared to various chapter in the USA. You can see how hardworking of Brother Joe leverage Dharma to like in LA, and I heard also in Chicago, and also in New York. So few times a week. This is not an easy job, and I myself really benefit. I attend the LA one, so it have an opportunity to say thank you for the past year. And always deliver the closer Dharma from the Master to us across the Pacific Oceans or Atlantic Ocean. I think this is very important for our daily practice, and yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you. Not sure Sister Aichu want to share or Brother Joshua. Sister Aichu, sorry to call you up.
Just want to
yeah.
thank masters in the above. Yeah. Sorry, I have to leave. I'm in San Francisco with my 98-year-old mother-in-law for the Chinese New Year.
Wow.
I just want to thank
Yes, thank
Brother
you.
Joe and the Master De Huang and all the masters at the above, and Sister Tzu Chi and the Pusas. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, take care. Brother Joshua.
Brother PJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very happy to join everyone here. Yeah, I'm Joshua. I'm originally from Malaysia, and now I live in Los Angeles. Yeah, nice to meet you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, Joshua is a very dedicated new generation, the second generation of Tzu Chi in USA. Oh, yeah, every time I saw him, I see the hope. Okay, I pass this to Brother Joe. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks to everyone. Thanks to the Malaysian team. Thanks to our Sydney team, and also Baoru and everybody from the US. Thanks to everybody. It's indeed a surprise because I wasn't expecting this. Believe it or not, I was late because we had the morning assembly, and we always had to prepare the information because right now at this moment, our families from Singapore, they are online and sharing and also wishing Master and all volunteers in the world a Happy New Year. And so we had to prepare, and preparing the information is part of the task, but it is actually a very happy task because you see the hardworking efforts by everybody to put their best for Master. And that's what I also saw from all of you in your appreciation, not for me, but for the source, for the Dharma. And I am just a conduit, a path where happen to relay this information. It's almost like, thanking me, it's like thanking your TV for playing Dai TV. Okay, so it's Dai TV that we have to be grateful for, and it's Master, the person that's in Dai TV that's teaching us. The TV is one of the things that, one of the tools that help us get to this Dharma. And I'm just one of the TV. You can also get it on your iPad or your phones. And I happen to be just one of them. And I think there are many mediums like Baoru Sishong, who at the Tzu Chi, the last day of the New Year of last year, we also share his newest song. So if you haven't heard it yet, you can actually see the replay. And now I can paste, if you haven't gotten it yet, the replay of the Weiru, which is the last night of last year, which is, I think 2 nights ago, we had a special program, and that included Baoru's newest song in a video that he had recorded for us. You can go in there and find it. So many thanks. Just like what everybody said. This requires the whole team, and because right now there are many meetings happening, including, I think you guys are talking about the Cantonese sharing also. Sister Debbie and Sister Jing Brenda, they're both online right now. They're on the line working to make sure that the new year, everything is happening smoothly while I'm taking an hour leave, 7 to 8, so that I can be with you. Okay, so just sharing with you that we have our division of labor as well. Okay, and many thanks to Sydney, to our brothers and sisters from Australia. Thank you. I see that the the sign language, and also I hear your poem, the sharing, and I'm very touched. And also our team from Malaysia. So today I want to share with you something that I think maybe Bauru had heard it in the US, but only briefly what I wanted to share. But it's something that I thought is worthwhile to share with our English team. The reason why I want to share this is I think it goes in line with what we just saw today, with all of your dedication and your way of saying thank you to Dharma. Not me, not just the Dharma team, but the gratitude and the appreciation of seeing and realizing and feeling this Dharma. And the question is, where can you find the best fitted shoes? And I got this answer. Well, this question was never asked. It was actually asked by Master, and in the form of a speech. So Master said that 20-some years ago, an elder man said to Master, that his shoes have been with him for more than 70 years. And it's really impossible, right? How can your shoe be with you for 70 years? Your feet are going to grow. So how is it possible that this shoe had been with him for more than 70 years and he has been wearing them, right? And he said it was the best fitted shoe ever. It was the best fitted pair ever. So what is it? Master said, the pair of shoes that has been with this man for 70 years, naturally, is the one that is given by the parents. No, it's not the one that the parents bought for you. It's the one that the parents gave to you, gave to us when the parents gave birth to us. So it was the best shoe, which is our feet. Okay, so the old man continued, right? So Master said that the old man is very thankful for this pair of shoes that he's born with. Indeed, Master said, this is the best fitted pair. Whether you have big feet or small feet, or whether your feet grow or your feet shrink for whatever reason, it will fit nicely because it is the skin, the feet that you're born with. So the reason why I brought this up is because, so where can you find the best fitted shoes? Master is telling us that the best fitted shoes are already on us. We have had it all along. It's on us. Yes, we do put other things on it. You know, we put the actual shoes on it. But what is the best fitted shoes? It has been with us and it will grow with us. It will shrink with us. It's the same pair of feet. It's the same feet, right? So similarly, when we're confronted by daily problems, you know, whether it's anything, the things to do with family or things to do with work, anything, we're usually look to the outside for solutions. We usually look for solutions on the outside, right? So for example, when we are not sleeping well, we probably try to use medication. When we're not going too healthy, we try to use medication. We try to use other ways. But the answer is actually always within ourselves. You know, if we have a more lifestyle that is more normalized, for example, that's what Master has been telling us. You know, the secret to good health is not actually within, you know, with all the supplements, but rather it's within ourselves. It's not to look outside. So I was thinking, you know, what is actually meant. Like, for example, Master has been telling us that the important thing about the new year isn't the new year, right? Because the new year is just another day. It's just another day. But so when we change what we wear, when we put this sign language, you know, to celebrate the new year, what is the difference? There is no difference. You see the same kindness, same appreciation, same gratitude within all of you, within all of us. So even though many of us we took this occasion to say thanks, to say appreciation, to express our kindness and loving to our master at this time. What master sees isn't just for this new year, but what master saw were the same things that were already there. So in another word, you could put on the best shoes that you could have, but what master saw were that same feet that you were born with, the very similar same Buddha nature that we were all born with. And so that is what I think differentiates us from master, right? We see people for what we see them with our eyes. But master sees us, not just the reincarnated self, like this life I'm born as Joe, as a human being, as a male. But master sees us for all the lives in the past and all the vows in the past and all the good and all the bad that have put together to be the complete me that master sees. And that is Buddha nature plus all the different afflictions that we have added onto ourselves. And master loved us for the Buddha nature that within us, and loved us for all the good and all the bad that we have committed ourselves to. And that is why master is committed to relieving, to get rid of all the bad things and to have that reappearance of the Buddha nature. And I think that is the story that really got me, was from the bare feet, that is our best shoe, and making me linking to the idea that the Buddha nature is the best solution, and it's the best, most natural path for all of us to take. So master also talked about the technology, and I'm sure we understand this, right? There are time differences. There is time difference. For example, for Sydney right now, it should be nearing afternoon, or it should be nearing noontime. Whereas for us here, it's only the first parts of the morning. It's only 7:30. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. So there is this time difference. Technology allows for us to have time differences, yet do not skip a beat, meaning that there is no differences in the present time right now. It might be near noon, it may be not yet 8 o'clock, but for us, we are sharing the same second. We're sharing the same instant. So as the earth rotates, we're simultaneously sharing ourselves from the cloud without any delay or without any lag. And the master talked about this many, many times. And that even though we might have time differences, but there is no differences in this instant, in this second. So time differences, in my mind, doesn't exist just because of time zone, but it also exists within each individual. So what does that mean? So this is also another extension of what master said about time differences, about time zones, right? For example, master founded Tzu Chi Foundation at age of 29. So 55 years later, at age of 84, what has changed? What has changed? 29 versus 84. That's the time difference. Imagine 29 to 84. What has changed? Everything has changed, right? From how you look, from how the world look, from everything, right? It used to be that master says she will walk so fast and that she had the stamina to do all these things. And then at age of 84, there are many, many very realistic challenges. So there is a time difference, but there is also no difference in the instant that the master made the vow to found it Tzu Chi Foundation at age of 29 because of the pool of blood, because of that dying pregnant woman. Until now, at age of 84, that instant where master made that vow never changed. So even though that there is a time difference, just like the world, we have a time zone. We have different time zones. So us to the US, there is a time difference, but there is no difference in this instant when we are sharing this Dharma joy together. There is no difference when you saw that sign language and that you saw it at the same moment that I see it, and the very same moment, the same instant, we felt the same Dharma joy, even though for you is near noontime or it's in the afternoon, but for us, it's in the morning. Same thing, 29 years versus 84 years of age. There is a time difference, but there is no difference of heart. There is no difference in that instant. That is why there is a Jing aphorism that says, if you can grasp that moment, you can perpetuate, you can make it so that it becomes eternal by holding on to that moment. And that's what there is a time difference, but there is no instant. There is no difference in this instant, because from age 29 to age 84, there is no difference in that motive, that aspiration. Okay, so I'm sure for all of you that when you replay the video of your sign language, when you replay the video of your singing, actually all the emotions will come flooded back to you at that moment. So even though you first did the recording maybe days ago, maybe at an instant's notice, maybe it was very rushed, but even now when you played it after several days or several weeks, you played it, you replayed it again, you feel the same rush, you feel the same joy, you feel the same pride and proud that you are with this family working together. And that's what we have. So I'm sharing all this with you because I felt such Dharma connection that even though Master is talking about one thing, but there is so infinite, boundless connections that you can make to the very same core of the idea, to the other ideas that Master has shared with us. So let me also share with you the story of Darling Hospital, the Tzu Chi Darling Hospital, especially Superintendent Lin and the janitor. This Superintendent Lin was the very first superintendent of the Tzu Chi Darling Hospital, and who has now become the CEO Lin of the Tzu Chi Medical Foundation. Okay, so the story goes like this, right? So one day, it was very beginning days of the Tzu Chi Darling Hospital, and not many people were there and not many staff were hired. So one day, a young doctor, a young man walks in, and he came there for the interview for a job position. One day he walked past the restroom, and he saw a janitor or saw an elderly who was cleaning the restroom. So he kindly asked the elder person where the direction to the office of the superintendent is. And so the elder person who was cleaning the bathroom, the restroom, replied, "Oh, it's just down the hall. What do you need to go there for?" And the young person just replied, "Thank you, I'm here for a job interview." So later on, he went into, the young man followed the direction and went into the room and waited for the superintendent to show up for the interview. And then the superintendent showed up with a white robe and all the things, except this is the very same person that was cleaning the restroom. And the young person was very shocked. "Aren't you that janitor that was cleaning the restroom?" And the superintendent Lin said, "Yes, I was. And I'm also the superintendent of the Tzu Chi Darling Hospital." So once again, we're going back into what has changed, right? So time could be changed. 29 years of age and 84 years of age spans 55 years. But that inspiration, that instant, that aspiration to try to bring all of us closer to our Buddha nature didn't change. Same thing. What you wear could change. Your uniform could change. What your tools could change, right? You're cleaning the restroom, the tools that you use, obviously, hopefully, will be very different from the tools that you use as a doctor, right? So yes, the uniform could change, the tools could change, But what didn't change? Your responsibility to help this hospital, to work this hospital. So as a janitor, as a person that cleans the restroom, I'm sure whether it was Superintendent Lin or anybody else, they would have different tools, they will wear a different set of clothes, and they would have a very different goal. To clean the bathroom or the restroom, the goal would be to make it as fresh as possible, to make it as clean as possible, so that everybody comes here feel they're welcome. Okay, same thing when you're a doctor, then you want to treat the patient, but the ultimate goal is the same, to make everybody feel as welcome, as at home as possible. So that is the same goal, but they are doing this through different ways. One is through making sure that the restrooms are clean. The other one is making sure that the doctors are doing what they're supposed to do. But it's the same person. So there could be a difference of roles, but the goal is the same, is to help people, is to make the hospital as good as possible. And for that, I want to lead into one of the questions that I got from year 2020. And it's essentially talking about the essence of infinite meanings, or the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. And it talks about the 10 merits. And I want to go a little bit deeper into this, because the 10 merits has always been something that escapes me. You could go into the first, the virtues, and then you go into the second chapter. But all the things that you go into, the first 2 chapters actually made sense. But the third chapter, the 10 merits, it made some sense, but there was a lot of repeating. For example, if you remember the 37 principles of enlightenment, there are a lot of repeatings in of itself too. So what is the difference and what is the same? And that is the same thing that we have tried to cover in the past 20 minutes. The same thing, right? What has changed and what remains the same? So I wanted to go into the 10 merits also, and we don't have a lot of time to go into it. So I just very briefly and very broadly share what I think, what they actually meant. Because also on February 6th, which is a week ago, about this time is when we had our year-end celebration, and we also had a performance. And our performance was on the 10 merits. So I had a deeper involvement or engagement with 10 merits, which allowed me to go in a little bit deeper to think about what they actually meant as we are on stage, as we are trying to make a performance. And once again, going into this, right, you could have somebody who verbally shares the Dharma, and you could have somebody who vocally sings out the Dharma. You could also have somebody actively, with action, with acting, with stage performance, you perform the Dharma. And the essence of the Dharma remains the same. So sometimes it is important to go from different perspectives to see the same Dharma. Yes, I was part of the performance in the Sutra of Infinite Meanings years ago in the US. But now, after more than a decade after that, I have a different understanding and different appreciation. So that was the beginning of this, the 10 merits. What do they actually mean? And I really think that it's broken down into several parts. The first parts are what you actually would be able to achieve and what you will be able to accomplish if you follow through the second chapter. The teachings of the second chapter, if you follow through, you will be able to get all these accomplishments. And that was the first merit. It's very straightforward. It tells you about the 4 infinite minds. It tells you about the 6 parameters. These are the things that if you follow through the teachings of your of chapter 2, you will be able to get it. Very straightforward. But the most important thing, I believe, that the Sutra of Infinite Meaning tells you is that, yes, you could do that. I open the windows so that now you can see all that you can be. But how do you get there? And the Sutra of Infinite Meaning tells you that you can get there a little bit at a time. That is how you can go from one to infinite. One to infinite has been shared many, many times, and it has always been used as an analogy of a seed growing and begetting to many, many seeds from a tree, from a seed to a tree to a forest. But also on the other way, 从一乃至无量, from one to infinite, also means that if you start 1 second at a time, you could also accumulate to infinite amount of time. If you accumulate from 1 step, you could also accumulate through time infinite amount of steps. All you need to do is 1 bit at a time. And that's also what it means to be the Infinite Sutra. It's not just that one person can spread out to infinite seeds, but also within one person, you could start out with 1 second and extend into millennia. You could start with 1 step and you can go into 8 steps and then more steps and then infinite steps after that. So the very first merit tells you that you can accomplish many things. But the merits after that tells you that it doesn't have to be done right now at this moment. This is actually done throughout all the different times. And that is why the essence of the Lotus Sutra is in the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, because it tells you what you can do and it tells you how you can do this by accumulating 1 bit at a time, by doing this from different angles. And that's when the next merit talks about that you can do this. You can do this no matter where you are, no matter how far away you are, you can do this. You could be someone who is very cultivated like Master, or you could be someone who is sinned very much like Devidata, right? You could do any of this. You can do this as an adult. You can do this as a child. You can do this accumulating 1 bit at a time wherever you are, no matter how far away you are. So it gives you this faith that you can accomplish this. You can get there by 1 step at a time, no matter how far away you are, no matter where you are. Okay, so these are the very essential points in the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, and it applies to the Lotus Sutra. Everything goes further in the Lotus Sutra, but the essence remains the same. You could do the 4 infinite minds, you can do 6 parameters, and then how do you do that? The essence is 1 bit at a time. You can go from 1 bit to infinite. No matter where you are, no matter how far you are from here, no matter you are a bodhisattva or a hearer or a solitary realizer, or you're just a sinner, no matter where you are, you can get there by 1 bit at a time. And not only that, you can do this and you can help others. And not only that, eventually you have to have faith in yourself, because you can do this and you can help others just like the Buddha. And that's what the 10 merits are talking about. In the nutshell, that's in the simple terms, that's what this 10 merits is talking about. Yes, you can go deeper into the the meanings and definitions of each of the merits. But essentially, this is the biggest part, the most important part, the core of the 10 merits lies in the fact that 1 bit at a time, from 1 to infinity. And then you could do this whether you are very accomplished or you're not very accomplished. No matter who you are, where you are, how far you are, start from 1 bit at a time. You can get there. And you can do this for yourself, and you can help others. And you can help others just like the Buddha. It's not like I'm only a elementary school teacher, so I cannot help the university students. No, you start a little bit at a time. You will eventually be able to help all the living beings, all the sentient beings you'll be able to help. So that's my sharing for today. I'm sorry I got a little bit over the time, but so to recap, Okay, to recap, we talked about what is the best fitted shoes that we have. It's the one that we are grown with. So what is the best answer for many challenges? It's the one that we were born with, which is our Buddha nature. And while there is a time differences in the different time zones, there is no difference in the instant that we have made this inspiration, this aspiration. Same thing, master 29 years of age versus 84 years of age in the span of 55 years. There is a time difference, but there is no difference in that instant. That instant remained the same throughout the 55 years. And so lastly, we talked about the different tools, the different uniforms that we wear, different things that changes, the role that we play changes, whether you are a mother, you are a daughter, whether you are the father or you are the son or you're the husband, you're the wife, or you're the co-worker, you're the boss, or you're the whoever it is, we have different roles. But whatever that role might be, that inside of us didn't change. We're there to help living beings. We're there to try to achieve, to help relieve suffering, okay? And then we go into the 10 merits. That's the sharing for today. Thank you very much. I received all your kind wishes and appreciation, and I would take it as the appreciation that we all share to our master and to the sources of all the Dharma. And we are so blessed to have each other and so blessed to have a teacher. Most importantly, we are blessed because we now know that we have it in us. It just takes time, one bit at a time, no matter how far away that you think you might be, one bit at a time. And you will have the power to change not just yourself, but everybody else. Thank you. That's my sharing. Thank you. 感恩everybody. 感恩everybody for your wonderful sign language singing and poem. I received it. And on behalf of Jing's Abode, all the people who couldn't be here because of the New Year's, it's only the 2nd of the New Year, so everybody's still busy. On behalf of everybody, I wish everybody the very, very best New Year. And on the next New Year, we'll be more diligent and more appreciative of Master and follow even closely. Thank you. 感恩, thank you.
感恩 Brother Joe for the awesome, another superb wisdom. Yeah, as Brother Joe said, though there is a time difference in the time zone, there is no difference in heart. In that instance, everyone's sharing the same Dharma joy. Even if today you may have just started, those who have not started the journey, even if it's today is still the best thing. It's accumulations, bit by bit, droplet by droplet. All of us are together holding each other's hand. Essence is the one thing at a time. Have faith. Yeah.